Do you know where you're going to? Do you like the things that life is showing you? Where are you going to? Do you know? Do you know what you're hoping for when you look behind you? There's nothing there. What are you hoping for? Do you know? Once we were standing still in time, chasing the fantasy that cleared our minds. You didn't want to die, you might not. Still was free. Nothing ever questions that you once asked me. Do you know where you're going to? Do you like the things that life is showing you? Where are you going to? Do you know? Do you get what you're hoping for? When you look behind you, there's no. What are you hoping for? Do you know? Should stay, I would only be in your way. So I'll go, but I know I'll think of you every step of the way. And I will always love you. I will always love you. You, my darling, you. Bittersweet memories. That is all I'm taking with me. So goodbye. Please don't cry. We both know I'm not what you need. And I will always love you. I will always love That's just the creative business, and then I was his secretary. No, it's you. I'm bigger in business this year. Why don't you wait a few years, huh? Yeah, don't start it right now. Wait 1, 2, 3 years. I need you to be the fucking background and hospital around. 32, 7, 32. The number of times we made love. I remember when that bastard told me he was counting right after 51. I'll show you. I'll be for not leaving your head then. Fucking worse, fucking worse. Making my kids go to a suit with only 2 other black children because you don't want to be improperly influenced. But guess what, John? You're the one who fucking improper influence. Get your shit. Get your shit. And get out. So bad. Why do I feel so sad? I was over you. but I keep crying when I don't love you. So why does it hurt so bad? I thought that you were so. Why does it hurt me so? Gotta get you out of my head. It hurts so bad. It hurts so badly. My life's been better since the day I left you, boy. I understand that life's been kind to me. I went and did the things I said I would do, boy. I found someone who loved me for me, yeah. And I had much drama since the day that we split, boy. My heart's never been more at ease. And when I think of all the things you put me through, leaving you has been the best thing for me. So bad. Oh, do I feel so sad? Like, where is she?
Oh, I made her drive. Be good.
You did what?
Look, I wasn't paying for another C5 big ass. Y'all know she fat as hell.
Mike, are you hearing what you're saying right now? I can't hear. Did he just say that she's driving? I'm still on the fat as hell part. Have you looked at yourself in the mirror lately? You and your bald head?
It's because I'm using your hair products.
Like, you let you drive up here alone? Do you have any idea how long that drive is?
She's a big girl. Literally.
There's a hole in my heart. My soul is bleeding. I need to free the mind and see what I'm feeling. 'Cause Lord knows, Lord knows, tired of the way he treats me, tired of the guilty feelings, tired of the broken dreams, tired of the promises, tired of the baby mamas, tired of the ghetto trauma, tired of the back and forth, tired of it all, tired of all the games and lies, tired of all the alibis, tired of praying that it works, tired of all the church, tired of paying these bills, tired of keeping it real. Just a drink. The martini, shaken and stirred. See reflection on the water, more than darkness in the depths. See him surface and every shadow. On the wind I feel his breath. Golden eye, I found his weakness. Golden eye, you do what I please. Golden eye, no time for sweetness, but a bitter kiss will bring him to his knees. See him move through smoke and mirrors, feel his presence in the crowd. Other girls, they gather around him. If I had him, I wouldn't let him out. Golden eye, my ladies forever. Golden chain, take me to the spot. Golden eye, I'll show him forever. It takes forever to see what I got. You'll never know how I watched you from the shadows as a child. You'll never know how it feels to get so close and be denied. It's a gold and honey trap I got for you tonight. Revenge, it's a kiss. This time I won't miss. Now I've got you in my sight. With a golden to my surprise, I got stories before it reached now on the roof. Out the flame, out the control. Oh, and I'm dreaming. Don't forget, stop to his throat. I am somebody to burn. It's showing for the Lord. I'm letting my it's so final. I'm letting my they got chain reaction. I had to self-destruct. Leave alone. Rise to the top. I'm not sorry. Man, it's with the star. I am somebody. Let's go, girl. Let's go, girl.
Great entertainers of our time. The one and only Victor!
Baby, you play me the jazz hot, baby, and don't ever let it end. I tell your friend it's really something to hear. there's that rhythm near me. Oh, so baby, the jazz hot, maybe what's holding my soul together. Don't know whether it's morning or night, only know it's sounding right. So come on in and play me the jazz hot, baby, 'cause I love my jazz. And now they play it from steeple rings to the past.
She's a winner.
When you bring me the jazz, baby, you're holding my soul together. Don't know whether it's morning or night, only know it's sounding right. So come on in and play me the jazz, baby, 'cause I love my jazz. Got you by my side, but there's so many nights just thinking how I did wrong, and I was wrong, and now that I've been wrong, watching the one who's talking to you got to remember, you gotta let it go. Don't you show how welcome anyone. Watching the one who's talking to you got to remember, you gotta let it go. Now we'll survive. Won't you take me to Funky Town? Won't you take me to Funky Town? Won't you take me to Funky Town? Won't you take me to Funky Town?
So hello, everyone. Can everybody hear me? So this is our first live. First of all, I am Landis Osborne, the owner and promoter of Northeast Royale. So I want to welcome everybody to the live, and hopefully you guys get a chance to share it and start a watch party so that we can get others in, so that when Finesse and Marcha do their final goodbyes, everybody will be here to see it. I hope you enjoyed our opening from last year. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear my voice, because I don't like talking to myself. Okay, thank you. So I need to thank some sponsors that we were going to have in 2020 for our 2020 pageant. One of which was Barb and Barbers, which is a local bar. I won't say they're a drag bar, but they have nice drag shows on Thursday night, sponsored by Barb and Barbers and hosted by Lisa, the longest running show in the country. Actually, I think it's over 40 years. And then I also want to thank Philadelphia Black Pride, because they were going to sponsor our pageant this year. So big shout out to them. And Private Affairs, which is my company that do stage and lighting and things like that. You'll see a commercial for them later. At any rate, I'm going to move on. Just to tell you a little bit more about our pageant, we have the categories of Miss, Prince, and Princess. However, for 2020, I am going to think about revamping some of that and some of the packages and things like that, so that things are a lot more clearer. Oh, Andrea said I'm too loud. So I'll stop yelling. Maybe that will help. So I'm going to revamp for 2020 and see what comes along. So moving forward, I want to next play for you our walk of recognition, because I am very thankful to others who come along and help us celebrate. This would have been our 6th year. Help us celebrate each year as we do this thing called pageantry. So here's our walk of recognition from last year as well. Okay. Oh, before I do that, I should ask, do anybody have any questions? I guess not. So let's move forward.
Good evening, Philly. My name is Christian France Braxton, proudly representing Northeast Nations. Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Monet Dupree, and I proudly represent the Elegance International Classic.
So nobody's getting any sound?
Good evening, Philadelphia. I'm the reigning Miss North America Supreme by way of Jacksonville, Florida, and my name is Tanisha Iman.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jose. This is Extravaganza, and this is my queen, Egypt LaBeija, and we represent Mr. and Mrs. Icon, male and female of the year. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and to the distinguished panel of judges. My name is Andrea Lamore, and at the current time being, I am Miss All-Star National 2019.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Bringing you greetings from the Commonwealth State of Virginia. I am the current reigning Miss Rose International Plus, and I am Zakia Jamasier.
Right. Good evening, everyone. My name is Bryce Culver. I'm the current reigning Great Lakes National Showman at Large.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Miss Karen Bonse. I'm representing your Miss Pride for 2019 Miss Stonewall Pride.
So that was our walk of recognition. And one of the other things that we get to do while, well, I should say they get to do while they're reigning is, what is it called? It's an event called Outfest. It happens in October, sponsored by Pride Fest. And this year, or last year, we did a tribute to Pose. And we started out, because Pose is basically based in the ballroom scene, we started out with the Voguers, and then we went to one of the songs that were sung into one of the last episodes too, where they were doing some praise dancing with umbrellas, and into Marcha doing her production, and then ending with Finesse as I'm blanking on the girl's name, whatever her name is, posing as her and doing her number. So just a quick look at our Outfest performance. I'm gonna make sure it's right before I share it. And please let me know if you don't have any sound or anything. Oh, thank you. It's Candy.
You want some more? I am so excited. In the next group, we have a whole lot of interesting, amazing names. Finesse Ross, Marcha Pisces, Love 2 Dance Academy, and Vogue Friends of the Northeast Royale in a tribute to Pose.
The category is
The recent murders of 3 transgender women in Louisiana are not linked, but their deaths are part of a disturbing trend. The 8th transgender woman of color has been murdered in the United States, this time in Philadelphia. The victim is London Kiki Chanel, and she was stabbed to death by a man who has already come forward and admitted to the crime.
7 trans women have been killed nationwide already this year. Last year, a record 23 were killed, the majority Black and Latino women.
Tracy died soon after a long-fought civil war. Just after I wiped away his last tear. I guess he's better off than he was before. A whole lot better off than the fools he left here. I used to cry for Tracy 'cause he was my only friend. Those kind of cars don't pass you every day. I used to cry for Tracy 'cause I want to see him again. But sometimes life ain't always the way. Sometimes it snows in April. Sometimes I feel so bad, so bad. Sometimes I wish that life was never ending. And all good things they say never last. Springtime was always my favorite time of year. A time for lovers holding hands in the rain. Now springtime only reminds me of Tracy's tears. Always cry for love, never cry for pain. He used to say so strong, oh, not afraid to die, unafraid of the death that left me hypnotized. No, staring at his picture, I realized no one could cry the way my Tracy cried. Sometimes it snows in April. Sometimes
Sometimes it feels so bad. Sometimes I wish.
What happened to her did not deserve to happen to her. She was a great person. I want them to say her name. Her name was Shantae Tucker.
I wanna leave my footprints on the sands of time. Know there was something that I left behind. When I leave this world, I'll leave no regrets. Leave something to remember, so they won't forget I was here. I lived, I loved, I was here. I've done everything that I wanted, and it was more than I thought it would be. I will leave my mark so everyone can know I was here. I wanna stay until I die. I know that I am something in somebody's life. The hearts I have touched will be the proof that I leave, that I made a difference, and this world will see I was here. I lived, I loved, I was here. I've done everything that I wanted, and it was more than I thought it would be. I will leave my mark so everyone can know I was here. I lived, I loved, I was here. I did, I've done everything that I wanted. It was more than I thought it would be. I will leave my mark so everyone will know I was here. I just want them to know that I gave my all, did my best, brought some love, some happiness. That's this world I live in. I was here.
Michelle Simone, say her name.
Michelle Simone.
Malaysia Booker, say her name.
Malaysia Booker.
Claire Legato, say her name.
Claire Legato.
Ashanti Carmen, say her name.
Ashanti Carmen.
Tamika Washington, say her name.
Tamika Washington.
I was here. I lived, I loved, I was here. I did, I've done everything that I wanted, and it was more than I thought it would be. I wanna leave my mark so everyone will know I was here.
Why did it take me so long to see you? You refuse to? Mom, how many times you catch me wearing your red Montana? Or trying on your wigs? Why didn't you ever scold me? Smack my behind, shoo me away something? I thought you welcomed him. Like me, you had some sort of pact. You were my gateway to the vivid. You rejected me. I'm trying to tell you. I didn't know. I just thought maybe you was creative. At worst, gay. But becoming a woman, how was I supposed to respond? Wasn't no guidebook instructing me on how to raise a child like you. Listen to me. This is what you need.
Since you came into my life, you are my living life, and I'll never let you go. You're my heart, heart of me. Once I was lost and now found, and you turned my world around. When I need you, I call your name. 'Cause I never knew love like this before. Open my eyes, 'cause I never knew love like this before. What a surprise, 'cause I never knew love like this before. This feeling so deep inside of me, such a tender fantasy. You're the one I'm living for. You are my sunlight and my rain, and time will never change what we share forevermore. I never knew love like this before. Now I'm lonely nevermore. Since you came into my life, 'cause I never knew love like this before. Open my eyes, 'cause I never knew love like this before. What a surprise, 'cause I never knew love like this before.
Okay, so that was them at Outfest. Now we're going to move into a different part of the live feed here. And we're actually going to let each of the reigning prince and princess talk. They're going to tell you a little bit about their reign. And then we're going to show an excerpt from their talent portion from the pageant last year. And then they're going to do a live performance for you. I did ask them to add their Cash App so that they could get tipped similar to what we would do if we were actually in a theater or in a auditorium. So I hope you guys are okay with that, because I encourage them to put their Cash App up there. So I'm going to bring on Marcha. Marcha, you there? Can you come a little closer so we can see you, babe?
that better? Is that better?
Yeah. So now I'm going to give you an opportunity to talk to your fans.
Hi, it is I, Marcha Pisces, Miss Northeast Royale Princess 2019. It was a great pleasure to be a part of such a wonderful system, one of my first national systems thus far. And I want to thank everyone that has supported in me and believed in me. I want to thank my family and my brothers and everyone that was included in a high rise and a low rise. I got got to promote a lot. I've been on TV, national TV. I've been on BBC at World Pride. I did interviews, asking them why was I wearing my crown on the subway, and it was the day after the pageant. I did a lot of things that I'm so happy about and so grateful about, and this is only the journey into my pageant career. I hope that you appreciate everything that I've had to offer and that I have to give to you. Please know that there's also the best is yet to come. There's more to come. There's way more to come after this. This is not the end for me. But this is the end of my reign for my as your current Miss Northeast Royale Princess 2019. This is the final curtain call, and it is gut-wrenching, but you know, all things good must come to an end.
Okay, so I'm gonna let you get set up, and then while you're doing that, I'm gonna show your talent performance last year. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, let me move over to Marcia's talent. Make sure the sound is on.
Recent murders of 3 transgender women in Louisiana
All right,
are not
next
linked,
up,
but their deaths
for
are
production
a
talent,
disturbing trend.
Miss Marcha
The 8th
Pisces.
transgender woman of color has been murdered in the United States, this time in Philadelphia. The victim is London Kiki Chanel, and she was stabbed to death by a man who has already come forward and admitted to the crime.
7 trans women have been killed nationwide already this year. Last year, a record 23 were killed, the majority Black and Latino women.
Jenkins, as we know, was a transgender. She was beaten and shot to death, as you said, Bill, early Tuesday by several men. According to police, they're now saying what initially might have looked like a hate crime was likely actually motivated by robbery.
What happened to her did not deserve to happen to her. She was a great person. I want them to say her name. Her name was Shantae Tucker.
I wanna leave a footprint on the sand of time. Know there was something bad I left behind. When I leave this world, I'll leave no regrets. Leave something to remember, so they won't forget I was here. I lived, I loved, I was here. I've done everything that I wanted. It was more than I thought it would. I will leave on my soul. Everyone know I was here. I wanna stay until I die. And know that there's something new, somebody high. The hearts I have touched, the way the proofs that I leave, that I made a difference, and this world will see I was here. I done everything that I wanted, and it was more than I thought it would be. I will be by my soul, everyone know I was here. I lived, I loved, I was here. I did, I got everything that I wanted. It was more than I thought it would be. I will leave my heart so everyone will know I was here. I just want them to know that I gave my all, did my best. I was more happiness. This will live. I was here.
Say her name. Michelle Simone, say her name. Michelle Simone. Malaysia Booker, say her name. Malaysia Booker. Claire Legato, say her name. Claire Legato. Ashanti Harmon, say her name. Ashanti Harmon. Tamika Washington, say her name. Tamika Washington.
So I know you guys are wondering why I played that twice, because she did that at Outfest. But please know that when I saw her do this at the pageant, I was really moved by her performance and asked her to recreate it at Outfest. That's why you got the opportunity to say it twice. So now, where's Marcha camera? Marcha, I don't see you. Where are you? I'm waiting on Marcha to show her camera so she can do her live performance. Okay. Are you ready? Are you still getting dressed? What the hell? Let me just take her down for a minute. So we have any questions while we're waiting? I'm usually behind the camera, and I want to thank Doug for providing the video that you guys saw, because he did shoot the video, and luckily he was able to find the footage because it was some lost files for a while. I think she's ready now. You ready?
Yeah. All right.
So much to thank God for. So many wonderful blessings, and so many open doors. That's why Waking me up this morning, for starting me on my way, for letting me see the sunshine of a brand new day. That's why I praise you. Oh, yes, I give you praise. You're the whole time. You make so many times. So many
You still live. Anything else before we go over to Finesse? Okay. So we're going. Oh, wait, got something else first. I forgot about our commercial break. Let me cue that up real quick. So let me share my screen again just for this quick shout out to one of our sponsors. And that was a quick word from our sponsors. Yes, we always have to have a commercial break to pay the bills. So now we're going to move on to Miss Northeast Royale 2019, Miss Finesse Ross.
Hi. Hi, everyone. I can't hear you.
Because you just need to talk to them. They can't hear you. They can't hear you unless you talk.
Can they hear me now? I'm here. Can you guys hear me?
Just go ahead and talk.
Oh, okay. Well, hi. I'm Finesse Ross. For those of you who do not know me, just to give some feedback on my reign as Miss Northeast Royale. First of all, I have to say I'm already in the company of some very, very talented queens, very talented women. I've worked with all of them on different occasions, and I was very proud to be a part of the Northeast Royale Royal Court system. My reign started out really good. The train ride with Marcha to Richmond, Virginia. I have to say, Richmond, Virginia, they treated us so well. I have to first say Zakia Jamazier, Victoria Snow, all of those people there in Virginia, they treat us really well. They welcomed us with open arms, as they always do when I travel there. And I had a really good time. I have to say, I did apologize to Zakia during my performance during the National Walk because I was so fatigued and so tired. I knocked down one of the props on the stage, but she's my sister. She forgave me and it was all good. But other than that, we had a wonderful time. I met some wonderful people at the pageant, at the hotel, outside the hotel. We met some really good people. A girl named Amber, she was wonderful. She drove us around. So many different people and names that I just had a good time. I wish that I could have worked more. I do. But things happen. But I had a wonderful, wonderful time, a wonderful experience. And this is just another crown under my belt. I have been performing and doing pageants for a long time. And this is just another one. I want to thank the sponsors. I want to thank all of the people and the fans who have supported me during this reign. Everything didn't go according to plan, but the show must go on. And it's all a learning experience for me, even still. You know, I'm still this very young, but I had a really, really good time myself. Marcia and I got along really well. Prior to the National Walk, we hadn't really worked together really. And we got along very well, Marcia and myself. We had so much fun. We had fun with the other, some of the other contestants from other cities that night who were staying at our hotel, the host hotel. We had a lot of fun. I can't say anything bad about it. So anyone who is interested in possibly running for Miss Northeast Royale in the future after this coronavirus pandemic is over, I really suggest and recommend that you do so. Landis is a wonderful, wonderful promoter. And you get a chance to do the Walk of Recognition in Richmond, Virginia, and they are fabulous. Richmond, Virginia, those people do not play. They are about their business. They're about glamour. They're about their shows. And they stick together, which is what I like. They're all about being positive, nothing negative, and that's what I like. So that was some highlights from my reign. One more thing, and we also ate at a wonderful, wonderful restaurant. I can't think of the name of that restaurant that we ate at. Marcia may know the name of the restaurant. But if you're in Virginia and Marcia know the name of the restaurant, go to that restaurant. I think the restaurant is owned by Zakia's nephew or someone. But anyway, that was a highlight of my reign. Thank you.
Okay, so now we're gonna let you get ready for your
costume change.
Well, if you want, but you know how long your talent was, so we're gonna play your favorite and come back to you. Okay. All right. Okay. So let's move on to her talent. And I'm gonna make sure we got sound this time. There's a little button I need to click that I keep forgetting about. So,
vying for the title of Miss Northeast Royale in production talent category. Welcome to the stage, Miss Finesse Ross.
Billie Holiday. Billie Holiday.
Yes. Yes, that's me.
I'm Detective Hennon, New York City Police Department, Narcotics Division. We got a warrant for your arrest. We got to take you in. What the hell's going on there?
Sings the blues. She's got 'em bad. She feels so sad. Wants the world to know just what her blues is all about. The blues ain't nothing but a pain in your heart when you got a bad start. You and your man have to part. Lady sings the blues.
Ladies and gentlemen, Cafe Manhattan proudly presents Miss Billie Holiday.
There ain't nothing I can do, or nothing I can say that folks don't criticize me. But I'm gonna do what I want to anyway. And I don't care just what people say. If I should take a notion to jump into the ocean, ain't nobody's business if I do. If I go to church on Sunday, then cabaret all day Monday, ain't nobody's business if I do. If my man ain't got no money, and I say take all my money, ain't nobody's business if I do. If I give him my last nickel, and it leaves me in a pickle, ain't nobody's business if I do. I'd rather my man would hit me than for him to jump up and quit me. Ain't nobody sing some. Oh, my man, I love him so. You never know. Oh, my life is just his stare. I don't care when he takes me in his arms. The world is right, all right. What's the difference if I say I'll go away when I know I'll come back home by me someday? Whatever my name, I'm his forevermore. What's the difference if I say I'll go away when I know I'll come back home by me someday?
vying for the title of Miss Northeast.
Okay, so that was Finesse in her talent, her production talent at the pageant. So I'm getting ready to bring her back on so that she can do her live performance. Are you ready?
Okay, I hope they can see me clearly. Should I start my music?
Talk to y'all for a little bit before she comes back. So I'm glad you guys are hanging in there. I tried to still saying okay, Sequoia. I tried to make this short and not long, one of them drawn out lives that you normally see. But here she is.
You can sing along.
in my soul. I can touch it out just because it can be. Why should I feel left out? Show me one thing. I was so but I could take emotion. Oh no, I was so
Okay, that was Finesse. Is she coming back?
Quick little performance.
Well, thank you. Thank
It
you.
wasn't a song I planned on doing, but it's one of my favorites anyway.
Okay, I'm going to bring Marcha on and let y'all.
Did you want to still do a duet, or do you want me just to end this out?
You know y'all live, right?
Oh, we can try to duet.
Okay.
We can try to duet. You have the words?
I have one song in my queue already.
Is it the song that we had discussed?
No, it was a solo. Okay. Yes, it is. It is.
Wait, you're doing a solo?
No, I said it was a solo was in my queue.
Oh.
Okay. I have.
Let me. Whew.
And this.
Are you ready? I don't know.
I'm ready.
Y'all have to excuse me.
I don't really know the words to the song, but I'm doing it because Marcha wanted to do it. So we're gonna do it because of Marcha wanted to do it. Okay.
Okay. I can play it for my. Okay. The hell is. Just a second, y'all. Commercials. I hate those things. Finesse.
I hear it.
I can see
you. I can feel your pain. It's hard to see the sunshine through the rain. I know sometimes it seems as if it's never going, but you just don't give up. You when you are weak, I will be strong, helping you to carry on. Come with me, I will be there. Don't be afraid. Be praised when I say, come on. You can be.
We're just going to thank them for that and move on to our little ending here. So last year was the 50th anniversary of Stonewall. And I challenged the Plus Queens to get together to create an ending for us. Well, to create a production for us that year. So I'm going to play that for you and then end this live. Oh, my Lord.
Stonewall Inn opened in 1966, selling watered-down drinks and bribes to local police. The homeless and impoverished queer youth of Christopher Street found a home. Raids were frequent at Stonewall, but usually things ended easily. Bribes were given, and everything went back to normal. But this night was somehow different. The police would usually round up the patrons, taking those who were feminine presenting and asking for their IDs. But the patrons refused. As resistant patrons were rounded up into police vehicles, a crowd of 100 people were gathered outside, and tension rose in the air. Suddenly, violence broke out. The queens, gay men, lesbians, and trans patrons began a violent backlash against the police. Notable trans women and drag queens like Marcha P. Johnson stood at the front lines, escalating the uprising. The riots were a collaborative and spontaneous effort that were transformed by the activism of organizations. Marcha P. Johnson is an almost legendary figure to be revered, and her contributions to the riot are one of her many accomplishments. Marcha P. Johnson climbed onto a lamppost and smashed a police car with her handbag. To some, like Johnson and Rodwell, this display of fierce passion was a good thing for the community. A Liberation Front was an immediate response to Stonewall. Although one riot was enough to bring attention, many activists saw the need for further organization. The front was staunchly anti-racist, anti-capitalist, and anti-traditional gender roles. As a part of the drag queen caucus of the Gay Liberation Front, Marcha P. Johnson and her friend, Sylvia Rivera, a Latina trans woman, started the Street Transvestite Action Revolutionaries, or STAR. They fought for the street queens and marginalized members of the community, those whose identities and expression were not able to be hidden. Although Rivera was a street queen herself, she did everything in her power to provide a place of acceptance for those like her. The annual Reminders in Philadelphia were yearly demonstrations on gay rights that had been going on since 1965. Craig Rodwell, a frequent demonstrator, proposed that the Reminders should be moved to New York, and that they should rename it Christopher Street Liberation Day. Thus, a march to commemorate Stonewall began on June 28, 1970. The tradition of pride parades began to remember the night of spontaneity that turned into a movement. Stonewall is not important because of the fires, the bricks, or the shot glasses. It was important because it made queer people believe that they could have a voice. It wasn't the work of one man, woman, or person. It was a collaboration.
Things on hold on tight, you will last. Keep yourself respect. Don't make it right. Yeah, no self-esteem. Keep your stride. Never mind your fear. Brighter days will soon be.
Just so you all know, we're allowed to tip the entertainer.
Please welcome Faith Edwards. And I'm in denial, and it don't take no X-ray to see right through my smile. I know I'd be on the go, and it ain't no drink out there that can numb my soul. No, 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 no. All I wanna do is take the chains off. All I wanna do is break the chains off. All I wanna do is be free. All I wanna do is be free. All I wanna do is take the chains off. All I wanna do is break the chains off. All I wanna do is be free. All I wanna do is be free. Can you tell me why? Every time I step outside, I see my people die. Oh, I'm letting you know that it ain't no gun they make that can kill my soul. No, 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 no. All I wanna do is take the chains off. All I wanna do is take them off. All I wanna do is be free. All I wanna do is be free. All I wanna do is take them off. All I wanna do is take them off. All I wanna do is be free. All I wanna do is be free. Yeah. Oh, be free. Be free.
So that was the plus queens, the formers. That was Egypt LaBeija, Jasmine Van Wills, and Princess Sequoia. So I'm going to bring back the two that are leaving us now and let them say their final goodbyes. And then this live will be over.
Marcha.
Hey.
You want to say your final goodbyes?
The last curtain call, guys and gals. From the frantic Atlantic to the terrific Pacific, be the best at whatever you can be. Shoot for the stars, and if you miss, cling on to the moon. I love all of you for loving me. Thank you. It's been a tremendous journey. Getting to experience pageant, my first national pageant. I appreciate all of you who have supported me and believed in me. I'm grateful for all the friends and family that I've made along the way. And it only goes but up after here.
That's really good. Well, I would first want to thank my royal court for your support. All of the ladies. I thank you for your support at home. And I want to thank Virginia once again. I thank Richmond, Virginia, my sisters Zakia Jamasier, my sister Victoria Snow, the city of Richmond, Virginia. Thank you for welcoming myself and Marcha, some Philadelphians, to your city and with open arms. I want to thank my city, my people here, my family, my girls that we work with at every show. I want to thank you for your support as well. Thank you for the tips while I was performing. Thank you very much. I would like to do more shows once this pandemic is over. I don't perform as much as I used to, but that experience in Richmond, Virginia really did warm my heart. Marcha and I talked about it a lot, did we not, Marcha?
Yeah, we did.
Wonderful time in Virginia. We had a wonderful time in Virginia. The trip actually ended too soon. We had a lot of laughs, but it was really good. And I hope that the next person who fills our shoes have an even better experience at their reign. And I just want to say thank you to Philadelphia, and thank you, Landis. Thank you, Landis, and your board for just putting together a pageant so that the people here in the community could have a platform to showcase their talents. And we want to thank you, Landis. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. All hell the promoter.
Well, that's all. So thank you for tuning in, and hope to see you at the 2021 pageant.
Thank you. Love you.
So get your package ready, and they should be perfect, and it should be a nasty competition because you have nothing but time.
Marcha, we should go live after this, Marcha.
I am going to do a live a gospel drag because this is too much good drag, and I ain't watching this all.
Okay.
Goodbye, y'all.
Bye, ladies. Love you.
I want to